One of the challenges I had when I got sober is people didn't trust me. I mean, I'm sober now. I'm doing the right thing. I've changed. Why can't people see that I'm a better person now and that I can be counted on for anything? Well, the answer is pretty obvious in the fact that when we were drinking, we were probably less than dependable, if not completely irresponsible. But we can shift people's perception of us if we just do a few simple things. Stick around, and I'm going to explain exactly what you can do to rebuild people's trust and perception of you so you can continue to work on your sobriety in a healthy and sustainable way. Howdy, I'm Terry from TalkSober.com, where we share practical and effective advice on living a satisfied and sober life. So why do we even need to rebuild trust when we get sober? Why can't we just move on with our newly sober life? I know a lot of you might be thinking, I'll just move on and get a fresh start. I don't need anyone's trust. This can be especially true if you're dealing with a toxic or dangerous relationship. And if that's indeed the case, it might be best to just move on and end that relationship. But whatever your decision on an individual relationship is, it's still important to learn how to deal with gaining trust from others, as it's going to help you not just stay sober, but help you in life in a general way. Gaining trust seems simple. Be trustworthy and you'll gain trust. But it's more complicated than that. Alcohol abuse affects everyone around you. The lies, the manipulation, the non-self-accountability, and many other factors can have a profound impact. And the problems it inflicts on your relationships can be far-reaching and long-lasting. These behaviors we used to and may still demonstrate, they're difficult to overcome. So we need to do some specific things to change our behavior and regain that trust. We start simple. The first and most obvious thing to do is to get sober and stay sober. In early sobriety, it's important to just focus on staying sober and not causing any more damage and living responsibly. If you've been trying to get sober for a while and you've failed a whole bunch of times, those around you, they're probably wondering if you can indeed stay sober. Get professional help to get sober and find a sobriety program to help you stay sober. So you've managed to get sober. Will gaining a little sobriety get back trust? Well, probably not. There's more we need to do and not do to gain that trust back. We do this by changing the way we look and deal with things in life. Some of this you may not want to hear, but if you want a satisfying sobriety where you can be happy and not have to struggle constantly, it's important to consider what I'm about to say. Try to be kind, understanding, forgiving, honest, humble. Realize that you're healing, and it will take time. No one is going to trust an angry, reactionary, manipulative person, no matter how much sobriety they have. Understand that you getting sober is a process. It takes time. And it's not a huge accomplishment as far as others are concerned. I mean, don't get me wrong, getting sober is huge. And many people close to you, especially family, they're going to understand or they're going to be amazed that you were actually able to get there. But looking at the big picture, all getting sober is doing is bringing you back up to the level of everyone else. We need to understand that. I have many friends that just think, if you want to quit drinking, you just stop drinking. They don't understand the difficulty that someone that's alcohol dependent has to go through to get sober. Nor should they. It's our problem, not theirs. We can't demand respect. We have to earn it. We could start by taking care of things in our life, even if it's just the little things. I know when I got sober, I couldn't do a whole lot in the beginning, but I did start to do some little things. Walk the dog, keep the house clean, work on my sobriety, pay bills. I actively worked a sobriety program. Generally, I started just being a responsible human being. After a while, I was getting a lot better, so I started to visit my family more often and actually spend time with them. I started working again and doing the best job that I could do. Your family sees this stuff. Even if they don't admit it, they're probably encouraged by your actions to take on some responsibility in your life. You can take better care of the kids or the loved ones. For me, it was my parents. And you can take care of the home. You can take care of financial obligations. None of this has to be perfect. You just need to move forward a little bit each day. It's going to accomplish a lot. It's going to help with not just the trust issues, but it's going to help your own self-worth. You're going to realize that you can accomplish a lot in life. For me, I now realize I can do almost anything I want. I'm the only one that's holding me back. Before I blamed everyone and everything else. When I was drinking, I was a constant liar. I made many promises that I didn't follow through with. Now, when I make a promise or commit to something, I follow through. I show up when I'm supposed to, on time. People can count on me. I mean, this is big. This takes planning, but often when people get sober, they just want to accomplish everything now. You need to learn your limitations. I had to start slow. I had to simplify my life. And when I made a commitment, I made sure that I could follow through. And if I couldn't, I communicated with the other person explaining that I couldn't and why I couldn't. They always understood. It's amazing how much honesty can help you in life. Accept criticism. Now, this can be difficult. Most of us hate to be criticized, but it's probably gonna happen. And when it does, we need to look at it rather than just react negatively to it. Maybe that person is right or maybe they're wrong. It really doesn't matter. They're entitled to their opinion, and there's nothing we can do about it except maybe talk to them. So that might be all we can do. And sometimes we might just have to let it go for what it is, someone's opinion, and then move on. I mean, that's life. We're going to get upset at people and family. They can absolutely get on our nerves. Many of us are used to lashing out when we get upset, or maybe we tend to isolate. Those need to become old behaviors. The best tool for me to use when I get upset is to pause. Step back or away and give it some time, and then I can respond to a situation in a healthy way. Understand that others, like family members, they're not perfect. They make mistakes. They can hurt us even when they don't intend to. Sometimes a response needs to be no response and just let it go. Now, let me get something straight. I'm in no way saying that we become some meek pushover. We don't let people walk all over us. We have our rights, and we're just trying to become better people. No one has the right to take advantage of us or our loved ones. We can and must stand up for ourselves. There's just a better way than how we may have dealt with these things in the past, a more peaceful and cooperative way. But even then, sometimes there may be a situation where we need to react to something bad. We need to do what we have to do. But even then, we can react to things in a better way. It can be difficult to regain family trust. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes a long time, even years. All we can do is take care of ourselves. But as Aristotle once said, we become just by performing just actions, temperate by performing temperate actions, and brave by performing brave actions. And if we perform trustworthy actions, we're going to become trustworthy. Regaining trust after we get sober is not an overnight matter. It takes time. We need to develop a new perspective towards life and alcohol. If we stay consistent, responsible, honest, open-minded, and willing to do the right thing, we will become trustworthy. Come visit us at TalkSober.com to find out much more about how to stay sober and live an incredible life. Thanks for watching.